Okay, hello everybody. My name is Mercury Addison. And today we're going to be making some jewelry. I've already got an idea in my head of what I want to do today. So, I guess without further ado, or any ado actually, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to show my board here. Let's see. I'm going a little bit grandma core today with my plan. Because I got these special beads. There's only 10 of them I got. I fell in love with them, although they're really grandma core, like I was saying. So they're these white beads. Let me see if I'll get the camera to actually pay attention to them. Yeah, there we go. These white beads, and they've just got these little prints of flowers and leaves on them. So those are the beads I'm going to be working with today. I've got plans to do a whole set, a bracelet, earrings, and necklace. Since I did decide to go grandma core today, that's why I'm wearing the silver hair. And then I'm wearing a bracelet that I made recently. It's very trendy right now, the pearls and the gold and all that. So it's kind of grandma core, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've already got a little bit of my stuff set up. I've already got like some of my materials set and everything, but I don't have as much as I need just yet. I've only got some of them set up. I finally got that anvil that I talked about in a previous video. So yeah, I now am the kind of person who gets to work by banging a hammer on an anvil sometimes. I'm going to be doing a little bit of that here, which is why I've got it set up, because I'm getting some materials ready for using in my jewelry. So I've already got 5 things of 3-inch wire. I'm not speaking well today, but yeah, so got those, and I'm going to be using those in my necklace, but I need some more. I need 4 more. So right now I'm using nylon pliers to straighten out the wire as best I can. And then I'm going to measure out. I need 3 inches. So I'm going to hold it down here, measure out what I need, kind of do a thing there to measure it. And then I got my wire cutters. I'm just going to cut right there. And I'm going to do that again. Unspool some of it. Straighten it out. As you can see, it doesn't really want to be straightened. It kind of wants to stay curved the way it's been curved on the spool the whole time. See, yeah, it just does not want to uncurl. It wants to stay curled. But I can't have it be curled. I need it to be straight. That's good for now, just to get it cut. So that's 2. Honestly, we can already go a 3rd here. Okay, and now we're going to straighten out one last little bit here, because as you can see, it's just, if you can see, it's just really not straight. It's really bent up and twisted. So I use these nylon pliers to just straighten it out. And I'm so glad that I have nylon pliers. For a long time I didn't have any. I just had to use my regular pliers. And it took forever to do anything. that's good enough for now, just to get it cut. Okay, so now they're still not as straight as I need them to be, but I'm going to work on that. So the primary way I'm going to do that, though, is by putting them on the little anvil. Loud noise warning. I'm going to be trying to shape them on the anvil so that they will be the shape that I need them to be. This also will have the added benefit of making the wire more firm so that it's not going to be bending and twisting everywhere once I get the beads on it. It's going to stay the way that I want it to stay. Got a song stuck in my head. Now, since I'm really new at using this tool, I don't really know quite yet how to do it as effectively as possible. I'm just kind of trying to wing it. I think that's good enough for this one. This one is already pretty straight. I don't think I'm going to have to do much on this one. My fingers do not want to pick this one up. Okay. I do really, really hope that I'm doing this as quietly as possible. Not just because I don't want to make it so you guys' ears hurt, but also because I technically live in an apartment and I have no idea how much of this my neighbor can hear. like to imagine they can't hear much, but you know, that's only how I imagine things. I know that they can probably hear too much of this. I really, really hate being the kind of person who's loud to their neighbors. I try so hard to be quiet, but I also I have things I have to do sometimes, and that includes hammering wire. This one's already pretty straight, so I'm just gonna to kind of try to make it firmer. Okay, I think that's good. That should be all the hammering that I have to do today. So I'll move my little anvil off to the side, move my hammer, move the mouse pad that protects the glass thing I've got here. Put away my... So now I've got all this wire, and you're probably wondering what I'm supposed to do with all of that. It is going to be for making chain links for a necklace. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 5 of these beads in the necklace. So I'm going to set them aside here. And now I'm going to get out some beads to go with them. I've already decided I'm going to be using some of these pretty beads here. I've got them, they're really tiny, they're really just, I don't know if you can see this very well. It's just the small little bead, it's pink and it's kind of glittery, it reminds me of candy. So I'm going to be putting one of those on either side of the focal beads. So I'm just going to set those out here. Get my fingers in there. I think I'm going to be using almost all of these little candy beads today, which is sad because I really like them, but if I was just collecting beads, I wouldn't be much of a jeweler, would I? I have to use them. I have to make them into things. So I got those, but then I'm also, in between these chain links, I'm going to be using some of these other beads too. So I'm going to put those here in the middle. Need the big ones, not the small ones. I have them in 2 different sizes, so I have to dig through all the little ones to get the big sized ones. There we go. One more. There we go. Nice. Okay. And then I have to put these back in here. Because they fell. Okay. So I got those for now. And along with those pink ones, I'm going to be using some of these. I've got in my seed beads. I've got some really nice... Actually, no, I don't want to use these. I'm second guessing myself. Instead, I'm going to get into my green box, which is almost empty. So I'm going to get some of these pretty little round green beads here. I don't know if you can see them very well, but I'm going to get some of those, put those one each around the big pink ones here. So that's nice. And now, finally, I'm going to see if I have enough silver spacers. I should have plenty. Okay, so I'm just going to set a whole bunch of silver spacers in this little tray here. I'm going to move these over here into my didn't put away tray. Okay. So I'm going to put some silver spacers in here. Just to get them all set up. Might go faster if I go like this, actually. Sorry for all of the quiet and the silence when I don't have anything to say and I'm just doing something boring like sorting through beads. Not even beads, I'm sorting through spacers. How boring is that? Alright, but I got lots of these babies, so I'll be able to use a lot of those today. I'm not gonna have to worry about running out. Alright, so making the chains. The last thing I need is, I'm going back to my seed box. I'm just going to be using some silver ones today. There is a gold piece mixed up in there. That should not be there. It's there. Okay, cool. So I got my silver spacers ready. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take each one of these and right at the first inch, I'm going to twist them like so. And I'm going to do that for everything right away. Give it a 90-degree angle. I dropped one. Now the reason I'm doing this is because this is going to be where the loop goes. So what I'm doing is I'm making it, so each one of these things is 3 inches long. That gives me 1 inch for each loop and then 1 inch on which to put beads. And I measured it out yesterday, and it's not going to be an exact measurement. There's going to be little tiny pieces of it left off that get cut off. But for the most part, this is how much I'm going to need for each link here. It's going to be 3 inches because 2 of the inches are for loops and then 1 inch is for the beads. Alright, so now I've got all of those things have the space for the loops. So now comes the part where I actually make the loops. I have this old knitting needle that one of my sisters gave me. And so I'm going to be trying to use this to make it so that all of the loops are uniform. We'll see how it works out. I don't know if it's going to work out very well. I might not. It's hard for me to grip everything. So it might be best to just use my pliers. I wish that I had pliers that were specially made to make loops, but I don't. So I'm just going to use these. I'm just going to shape the loop around the needle nose. Until it gets to be about where I want it to be. And then, with it like that. Now this is called, it's hard, I wish the camera would focus on it. It's called a lady in a scarf, I believe, because that's what it looks like. You just made the loop so that it looks like it's somebody whose scarf is like blowing in the wind. And then I'm going to hold on to the loop with this so that I can take my needle nose pliers again and just twist the loop, twist the scarf around the neck, so to speak, in order to secure the loop. And I'm not good at this yet. It takes a lot of practice. And even though I have been practicing a lot, I'm still just not quite at the point where I'm good at it yet. And I tried to measure it so that I would have enough space for 3 passes of the scarf. And that should make it just nice and secure, but it also should make it uniform so that it all looks pretty. It all looks the same. It looks like it was done intentionally. I'm not quite good at it yet. And my wire is bending all over the place. But that's okay. We can fix that once we get it made. Alright, so I got the 3 passes. So I'm going to cut off the edge with my flush cut wire pliers. Flush cut wire cutters, I should say. And then I'm going to use my crimp tool, honestly, just to smush it around and make sure that it gets nice and where it's supposed to be. Nice and flush against the wire. Alright, so now I'm going to straighten out the wire, because the loop, because it got messed up while I was trying to get the thing around it. So put it on the needle nose plier again and just push it all the way down so that it's a nice rounded uniform loop. And I twist this so that it's coming straight off of the thing and it's not uneven. So that's looking pretty good. Now I'm just going to make sure that it's all nice and straight. Everything is how it should be. All right, good. I think I still need to kind of smush this down a little bit more. That should be good enough though. Alright, so I've got the first loop is finished. First loop is made. If it would focus. So now I'm going to start putting together. I don't need these yet. I just realized I don't need those until I do the earrings. I'm going to start putting together just the different links. So I have one of the candy pink beads, a silver spacer, the focal point bead, silver spacer, and candy bead. So now it's starting to shape up. It's looking pretty nice. If it would focus. It doesn't want to focus. Oh, there we go. There we go. That works. So now it's looking pretty nice. So now I take the other end and I'm going to figure out about how much space I need here. About that much. So I'm going to make a 90-degree bend. And then I'm going to try to make that into a loop. Just like I did last time. I'm going to hold that loop with my nylon pliers just to keep it where it needs to be. And I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and wrap the scarf around the neck in 3 passes. Trying my best to keep it nice and tight, but it doesn't need to be like super tight either. But I just need it to be nice and tight and uniform, and it is not. It's not doing what I want it to do. Okay, Maybe I need to hold my pliers differently. Get myself in here a little bit more like surgically or whatever. Okay. Now let's keep going at this. It's difficult for me to do this. If I had flat nose pliers, that would probably make this a lot easier. But I have needle nose pliers, which makes it harder to grip the little tail end of the scarf. But I think that's good enough. So now I come in with my flush cutters and take off the tiny little bit. It actually doesn't even want to grip it, let alone cut it. There we go. Now I'm just going to smush it down in there. And now I'm just going to make sure the loop is nice and uniform. Really squeeze it down out of those needle nose pliers so that it is the shape that it needs to be. And then just straighten out the link itself. And, you know, I said that I thought I wouldn't need to hammer anything anymore, but I'm realizing I do. I just need to hammer the tiny little loops to make sure that they stay nice and firm. So I just hold this in place and just give it a nice little beating there. Same on this end. And there we have it, the first link for the necklace. So now I'm going to do it again, but with the other beads. So I take my thing and I'm going to loop it. And yeah, the 3 inches was like the exact size that I needed, so I'm pretty glad of myself for that. Alright, so now I'm going to just do again what I've already done the first couple of times. Just take this and, oh my god, if my hands would stop shaking enough for me to actually do it, that would be very helpful. And just go around 3 times. Sorry if this is really boring. This one is not turning out as well as the other one did. I'm not really sure what I'm doing differently, what I'm doing wrong. It's just not turning out right. What the hell? This is all kinds of messed up, actually. I might have to try to undo this one and kind of just reform it. So I'm going to try to untwist it. I don't want to do this too often because it'll make the wire like breakable and like harder to work with, but doing it once is okay, I think. It's better than wasting 3 whole inches of wire. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this firmly in my pliers here, and I'm going to try to use the nylon pliers to just kind of like straighten it out if I can, so that I can try to start over. Okay. So that means I have to remeasure the first inch. And then try to make it, okay, cool. Now I'm going to try to make it into a loop again. And hopefully this time it actually goes better. I don't know what the hell happened with that other time, but I'm going to try again. Okay. So I got my loop. Holding it in place as best as I can. Now I'm going to try to do a first pass. Second pass. And third pass. Okay, yeah, this time it's turning out much better. I have no idea what the fuck just happened with that other one. Alright. So now I get my flush cutters. And then I just smush it all in. And then I'm going to fix out that loop because it got misshapen while I was using this. I can't quite bring it all the way down to the bottom, so I kind of messed this one up a little bit, but it should be fine. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay. I think I have to just accept that. It's not quite perfect, but it's good enough. Alright. So now I'm just going to straighten it out. Okay. So with this one I'm going to do green bead. And then the silver spacer. And then this pink bead. And then a silver spacer, and then another green. Now I'm going to, actually, it turns out the green beads have a bit bigger of a hole than I thought they did. So in order to keep that from being an issue, I'm going to use these silver seed beads that I mentioned earlier. So I'm just going to put a small silver seed bead on it first. If I can. There. Now the green bead. And a spacer. Pink bead. Spacer. Green bead. And silver seed. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so now I'm going to take my pliers, put this foot in, and make a 90-degree angle, which I will then use to shape the loop. I'm going to hold the loop in my nylon pliers. And it's not quite where I need it to be. Okay. Now I'm going to try that. Hold the loop in the nylon pliers and use these pliers to wrap it around once. Twice and thrice. And I'm going to use my flush cutters. Where's this angle for this? Okay. Now I have to just reshape the loop to make sure that it's nice and rounded. It's a little bigger than the one on its other side, but that's okay. I'll just do a tiny little bit of pounding it down. This is actually, there's a little bit here that needs, this is not quite right. I need to cut a little more here. that's better. Alright, so now we've got the second link. So, now I'm going to continue to do that 7 more times. For some reason it's hurting my back today. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Alright, moving along. Got another 90-degree angle, turning it into a loop. Doing something like this, I find all the repetition of it, it's really good at helping me practice getting all of this done. It's because if you have a hard time making loops, you don't want to, so you're not playing a video game. You don't want to just sit here and grind loop making. That's tedious, that's boring. But if you're making something that requires you to make a lot of loops, then you're getting a lot of practice at making loops. Even if you don't, while you're just making something, you're gonna have a really pretty end result, and it gives you a lot of practice making loops. So that's how I'm choosing to look at this. Yeah, it's kind of tedious to do this 9 times, which means making 18 loops. Loops are so incredibly boring. And they're difficult. They're hard for me to do. But that's why I'm doing something like this, is because it's going to give me a lot of practice in making loops, and I'm going to have a really pretty necklace as an end result, even if it is grandma core. I can appreciate some good grandma core though, so that's not a complaint. I'm just, a lot of people are going to be like, what an ugly necklace. The point is, it's pretty to me. And that's the best way to do something like this, is if you make stuff that you like, then you're going to find an audience among other people who like that specific thing. If you're just making stuff because you think it's trendy, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like the end result. Like, yeah, it's fun to make some things that are trendy, like this bracelet that I talked about earlier. I made this recently. It's just this, it's really in these days to do like gold and pearls. So I made this, and I just put this, it's really pretty. I like it a lot. But if I had looked at that trend and said, I don't like that, that's ugly, I don't know why anyone would wear jewelry like that, then I would have no business making that kind of thing. It's not my audience. It's not my kind of thing. This did not quite turn out right. But this is too far back to, it's too far along to undo and try again. So I'm just going to have to deal with it. And once again, the first loop I made is actually much smaller than it needs to be. I need to try to get better about that specifically. When it comes time to put together the necklace itself, I might try to remember to check and make sure that I have everything, all the messed up ones in the back of the necklace as opposed to the front. In fact, I might actually just try to do that to begin with. This first one turned out pretty good, so I'll probably put that in the first spot. So yeah, I'll plan ahead for that. I'm just like making little mistakes right now, and it's driving me crazy. I'll tell you what though, speaking about trends and specifically grandma core, I think that mid-century modernism is coming back into fashion, which I'm pleased about. I think that that was a great era for like fashion and furniture and all that sort of thing. I walked into J.C. Penney the other day, and like the mannequins that they put right in front of the store and everything, I swear to God, they were just like lime green grandma dress suits, like, you know, the kind of mid-rise jacket and the pencil skirt look, and it was just, I was blown away. I was like, oh my God. It's like my grandma would have worn that outfit. And it's being sold in JCPenney alongside, like, you know, marigold colored stuff. And I'm like, yes. Bring back mid-century modernism. Such a fun era. Bright and colorful and really expressionist. So maybe in this society, this grandma core necklace might find a good audience if I can actually get this to go right. I can't get the little piece to smush down the way it's supposed to. This is why I need flat nose pliers. I'm afraid that I'm overworking this thing. I just need it to smush in. And it doesn't want to do that. It's gonna have to be good enough, I think. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be good enough. And I just have to make sure I have to fix this loop because it got misshapen. Okay. And hammer it into place. All right, 3 down, 6 to go. All right, continuing on. Get another sip of coffee. Get another 3-inch piece. Make the loop. tip. Smush down the little piece. Okay. Straighten it back out. Yikes, that loop went bad. Look at that. I don't know if it's easy to see. The shadow is kind of messing it up. It is squashed. Definitely gotta fix this loop. All in all, that turned out better than the last one though, so I'm not complaining. So now I'm gonna do the silver seed. Green. Spacer. Pink. Spacer. Green. And seed. Now let's make the closing loop. Okay, that messed up. I need to. That went real bad, real fast. I need to fix that. Oh my god. Sometimes I don't really understand what it is that I do that suddenly causes things to go horribly wrong. You know? But I think I caught that one in time. I'm going to try that again. So I make the 90-degree angle. And I try to make a loop. If my fingers will cooperate with me. This one's probably not going to be very good. This link is going to mess up. Hold it in place. So I'm going to try to do it as tight as I can. And then wrap it once. Twice. Thrice. I don't know, I might not be able to do it thrice this time. Okay. That actually turned out okay. Once I fixed it, that turned out okay. The loop is not the way that I would want it, though. It's at least not as bad as it could have been. That almost was really bad. Okay. 4 down, 5 to go. My ear itches. Sip of coffee. This is taking longer than I thought it would. I don't know why I didn't think it would take long. I need to start, like, you know, thinking ahead about what I'm doing a little bit faster. I mean, a little bit more. Also messed up the 90-degree angle on that one. That's okay. I can fix that. Okay, holding it pretty tight. Round once. Round twice. And thrice. That one turned out pretty bad. Okay, fix the loop. Straighten that up as best as I can. Add the beads. Pink candy. Silver spacer, focal point, the rose bead, silver spacer, pink candy. Ah, shit. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They said he wandered very far, over land and sea. Shy and sad of eye, but very wise. Was he? I need something else stuck in my head. I've just got this on loop. Once, twice, and if it wants to, let's try thrice. This is not turning out the way that I wanted it to. I'm really sick of making loops. But this is part of it. This is part of it. I can't be a jewelry maker if I'm unable or unwilling to make loops. This is like the most basic thing. This one's not turning out quite right. I'm definitely going to be putting this one like on the back of the necklace. But that's good enough. All right, 5 down, 4 to go. Oh man, I don't know what it is, but today it's hurting my back so much. Alright, moving along. Making another loop. Once, twice, and thrice. Okay, cut off the tip with flush cutters. Smush the end of it in. It's not No, that's good enough. All right. Fix the loop. That's seed. Green. Pink. Green. Oh, wait. No, not yet. Silver spacer. Can't forget those. Now pink. Spacer. Green. Seed. Now making the closing loop. Hold it tight as I can. And wrap it once. Just got a text from my sister. Oh, God. Why is it so impossible? I'm going to undo that one actually and try it a little bit better. There we go. Surprisingly was not as bad as it almost was. That almost was really bad though. I know I've said that like almost every single time, but it's just always true. Six down and 3 to go, but I'm gonna get up and check that text real quick, which means the camera's gonna be moving because my phone is my camera. Okay, sorry about this. Sorry, I'm just texting my sister. Okay. Oh, whoops. Now I have to reconnect. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Alright, back to what I was doing. Alright, let's see. I've got 6 down. Alright, 3 to go. Ah. Did I pound these? I don't think I did. Okay. Cool. Alright, next up. Making the loop. Holding it tight. At least as tight as I can. And once, twice, and thrice. Cut off the very tip. Smush it in. Okay. Fix up the loop. Now we do the pink candy bead, silver spacer, rose bead, silver spacer, candy bead. All right. And then one magic day, he passed my way. While we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. I swear I'm usually a better singer than this, but like right now I'm just so focused on the beads, it's just stuck in my head. Honestly, probably shouldn't even be singing right now anyway. It's like this is not the video for that. This is a video where you're just trying to see me make jewelry. This one's actually turning out not bad. It's always nice when I get a loop that just actually works and is well made. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. The tip of it doesn't want to smush down into the rest of the bracelet, into the rest of the thing. I think I actually need to try to cut that bit off a little bit further in. If it will let me. There we go. Seven down, 2 to go. Make another loop. I forgot I am also going to have to be making loops in my earrings too. All right. It's turning out okay. This one has the seed. My fingers will pick one up. And then green. Spacer. Pink. Spacer. Green. And seed. Now a closing loop. Oh shoot. Okay, there we go. I did that one a little bit wrong, but I just twisted it into being right. Okay. It's not quite right. The loop is not the way it should be. That's better. And one more to go. I do feel like it's becoming easier. Like I said, that's why we do this. That's why we practice. It's because it is becoming easier. I'm starting to just like get the hang of it. Nope. Spoke too soon. Yikes. I really spoke too soon. Jeez. Okay, okay. Okay. I messed up that loop pretty bad when I was doing that, so I need to fix that for sure. Now it is pink candy bead, spacer, rose bead, spacer, pink candy bead. Now I'm just going to do the last loop. think my sister's coming down the stairs. Oh, nope, she's not. Thought she might come in and talk to me. I'm so close. So close to being done with the necklace, but then I still have the earrings and the bracelet to do, so like I said, this did take a lot longer than I had anticipated. Even though it actually didn't take any longer than it should have, really. I'm like, this is actually going pretty fast. Every little step of it. I don't know why I didn't anticipate it taking as long as it obviously would have done. Okay, fix up the loop. And okay. So now we've got everything, all the different little links completed. Whew. So next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my silver chain here, and I need 8 little bits of it. But I think I only want each bit to be about 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is just cut it 1 inch at a time. Six, 7, and 8. Cool. I'm not going to use these specifically because I got some new little ones here. These should be a lot thinner and a lot easier to manage. Alright, so here we go. Here's what I'm looking for. Gotcha. The edge here. Opening the jump ring. Stringing a tiny little bit of this. And one of these. And close the jump ring. jump ring. Open the jump ring, string the chain, and one of these, and then close the jump ring. Get another jump ring. Jump ring. This and a chain. Close the jump ring. This one doesn't want to close correctly. There we go. Jump ring. I'm almost wondering if an inch is too much. No, it should be good. I don't know. I think it should be okay. All right. Open the jump ring. Chain. Come on. This chain doesn't want to go on the jump ring. There we go. One of these. And close the jump ring. Oh, fuck. My finger slipped. Oh, whoops. My finger slipped. Okay. Next jump ring. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I almost think this is too long. I think. Yeah. I have to do this differently. I have to cut these chains differently. So now I'm going to open these jump rings again and pull them off. 1 inch was just too long for the chain. That's going to make this necklace gargantuan, and I don't want it to be that long. I want it to be a long necklace, but not that long. Let's see here. I'm just going to cut these each just right in half. work. Okay, so now I'm going to redo this one. Restring it. Good. I'm going to put that thing back onto it. There we go, that's much better. Now I just got to get this jump ring to go back to the way it needs to be. Okay, that's fine. And that's much better. Okay. So I'm going to take the other half chain that I had. I just slipped right off of there, didn't I? Sometimes if I don't close the jump ring exactly right, the chain will just fall off of it. The chain does not want to go on the jump ring. I hate when this happens. It just doesn't want to be on the ring. There we go, got it. Okay. I don't feel very secure in that closing. I need to do that jump ring a little bit better. I'm going to cut another chain in half because 1 inch was too long. Alright, so opening another jump ring. Putting the chain on it. Oh wait, nope, not that one yet. First I'm doing one of these. Now another jump ring. Now I'm doing the edge of the chain. Another jump ring. Put the chain on it. Hook it onto the necklace. Close it. It's not quite secure. Better. Another jump ring. I might actually do the earrings and bracelet next week. Chain. Hook thing. And close it up. Now I've got to cut another one of these in half. Jump ring. Chain. Thing and close it up. This one got a little bit messed up, so it's taking me a while to get it right. There we go. I think that works. Okay. And another jump ring. Chain. Piece. And close. Now we do another jump ring. That's the thing on it. Chain and close. Jump ring. And then I have to cut one more of these in half. So I just need one more thing. So jump ring. Oh, you know what? I think I needed to drop that out. Gotcha. Okay. Jump ring. Jump ring. And jump ring. All right. This one doesn't feel very stable to me. I think I need to do a little more on this one. Okay, so now I have it generally. I just need to figure out how much chain to put on for the end. What's this? Alright, let's see here. I'm going to sit right about there, maybe. So. Need about this much. Let's do 5 inches. Okay. And I'll save these chains for a different part of the project. My voice did a weird thing there. Alright, so where's my silver chain? Oh, here we go. Let's just do 4.5 inches. Okay. Now, jump ring. One end here. One end on the longer chain. Whoops. Close that up. Good. And another jump ring. This one's just on the very end of the chain by itself. If it wants to slide on there. Oh, come on. Get on the jump ring, please. I don't understand why this is such a problem. Like, it is so easy sometimes. It just goes right on, and then other times it's just like the link will just bounce around and just refuse to slide onto the jump ring. Come on. Oh my god. I don't know why it doesn't want to link on. Just get onto this stupid jump ring. I don't know, is this just like is this link just smaller than most of the other ones on this chain? I did not have this much trouble with the other links. I'm gonna try switching hands. And seriously, you still won't do it. I'm getting uncharacteristically angry right now. This is my angry voice. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Like, I might not show it, but I am furious right now. I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand why this link will not get onto the jump ring. Let's try for a little bit of patience, I suppose. I feel like this should not be as big of a problem as it is. I don't understand. Now I don't even know where it dropped. Okay, here we go. I'll try doing it without any tools. Let me just see if that's the problem. If maybe I'll just have better motor control or something. So far that doesn't seem to be the case. And my phone is telling me that it's 4 p.m. Yeah, I will definitely have to do the earrings and the necklace next week. I don't know why this is taking so long. Specifically, I don't know why this specific link and jump ring do not want to go together. I'm so close to being done with this necklace. But this last tiny final step is just killing me. I have no idea why this is presenting such a problem. Okay, I got it on. But it is stiff. I think literally that link was smaller than all of the other links. Okay, and now one last step. Get a jump ring. Please, please, please be easier than this last one. Get the chain on the link. Hook it up. Close it. And this time, when we get the jump link, the jump ring, we will open it. Put the chain on it. And if my fingers will work, get a lobster clasp and hook that onto the very end. Sorry, I had a spam call to ignore. Okay, so now we close this jump ring. And voila! Now we have a necklace. Let's put this on, although I'm wearing a sweater that doesn't really allow for a very well done necklace showing. And we've got a necklace. And I think it's a pretty nice one. So yeah, next week I will make a bracelet and a pair of earrings to go along with it. But just so you can see kind of how it looks with the green and the roses. It's really nice. That was a lot more work than I had thought it would be, but it had a really nice end result. Okay. And now I'm done for the day. So, thank you to everyone who's watching this video. Like I said at the beginning, my name is Mercury Addison. I'm a writer and an artist and a hobbyist for jewelry making. So, it was nice to have you view the stream. If you want to support me on Ko-Fi, I've got a link in my YouTube profile. And that's about it. Bye!